Amateur.
So we should tell a story.
Well, I don't want to tell the mouse story. Because everybody knows that story.
Okay, so what story should we tell?
So, just see if you can guess it. Okay. One time, when you two were... No, you tell it. The one where you guys were first married, and Dad... Someone comes to the door, you know, and Dad's...
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, we're newlyweds. And, one day, we're in the house.
Shocker.
And Jeff is
okay, so you're
naked,
as he does, and so you're living in a trailer.
We're in a mobile home, yeah.
Yeah, but and it has the the typical.
It was
porch.
way up. It was up on, it was up a mountain, so we didn't get a lot of people that would come by.
But it also has the porch. You know, that's a good 5 steps below the ground level.
Oh yeah.
So that's important. I feel like
I had never thought of it from that angle. Anyway, so
you're probably napping or something. What Sundays are for?
Right.
And
so we get a knock at the door.
Yeah.
And Jeff goes tearing outside. I'm like, you got to put something on. So he goes and puts on a shirt. And then walks outside.
So he's totally naked, but for a shirt.
Right.
And he walks out onto the deck where 5 or 6 whatever stairs below is standing. Who is it? Your home teacher.
No. It was a guy who owned a video shop in town and was coming to give us a barbecue grill. Even as it's coming out of my mouth, it sounds ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
But true.
Okay, so Dad's standing here on the porch.
And this guy had just pulled up. Did I say he knocked at the door? Because he didn't knock at the door. We just heard him pull up. Because we didn't get any visitors. So when you heard someone pull up,
it was a big
deal. Who the heck is there?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, he's up on the porch. And Dad's on the porch and this guy is down below. I'd never really thought about the fact that he then had to look up. He got...
Well, he's forced... You can't do that thing like when you're on the same level as somebody and like their flies down. I've never been in a situation where I'm talking to somebody naked. But if they're, you could... you look right at their eye line.
Not even in our own home?
And you can avoid... and you can avoid looking down. But that guy has to look up. So he's got to see all of Dad's business.
Oh, yeah.
But Dad doesn't care.
And so I come out of the house after I'm like, what the heck is going on? And who is he out there talking to in just a shirt? And I go out, and Dad is having a full-on conversation with him. Like, oh, yeah, how's it going, Roger? I don't know what his name was.
Roger, probably.
Anyway, how's it going? Oh, my gosh, yeah, the weather. And, oh, yeah.
You have the weather?
I don't know. It was, like, ridiculous. Like, this very long conversation. I was like, why don't you put on pants? Why? Okay. Well, I'm just going to go inside.
Well, I don't understand what logic it takes to be naked and to go see somebody, a potential stranger.
Right? Why did he not put on pants? Why did he not choose pants?
The only less useful thing he could have put on besides his shirt is a hat or music. That's it. It goes music, hat, shirt, and then probably some sort of Speedo or underwear or something.
Well, it's not the first time he ever chose badly. Well, actually, that was the first time in our marriage, but then there was the other time when he was out in the wilderness by himself and decided to...
Well, he was swimming, right?
He was sunning. It was at the river.
Sunning.
Getting some
Wait,
tan.
he oiled himself up. I remember that we always used to have bottles of oil in the cupboard.
He believes that the best way to get a tan is to coat yourself in Hawaiian Tropic.
Mm-hmm.
Good on the advertising there, Hawaiian Tropic.
We're sponsored. And yeah, so he would coat himself up, and then he would drive out to somewhere where
nobody else
people weren't. And then he would just find a big rock.
And lay on it.
And just lay on it.
Naked.
Oh, yeah.
So,
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the time I talked to him, he actually was, it was the day after. We were on a trip. We were on a family trip. He was by himself.
Yeah,
And-
I remember that.
And I said, "Are you okay?"
You know when we
He's like, I got burned, and I said, "You got a sunburn, right?" Well, I fell asleep while I was getting some sun at the river. Like, oh wait, what? He's like, yeah, I wasn't wearing any clothes, but I wore my hat.
so you couldn't actually tell. I mean, from his face, it wasn't that bad.
No,
But literally every other part of him.
Yeah.
2nd degree burns.
he'd fallen asleep on his stomach, so his entire back and his bum and anything else.
Yeah, we know bum is on the back side of you, Mom.
Well,
Good work.
he burned his balls. I was trying to be
Gentle. Great.
sorry.
Well, you know,
Yes.
before we left on that, I also remember then that he spent a lot of time in the pool,
Mm-hmm.
in our above ground garbage pool. And and at one point I went to get in and there was dead skin on the top. So couldn't go swimming again.
Are you sure it was dead skin? How do you
Well,
know?
he had just been in there scrubbing
What's
off
that?
all this peeling skin.
So
So
okay.
we were,
Well, that is a bad note to end on.
yeah. Well, yeah. Before we went on that, because that was the time we went to some Six Flags, right?
Yes.
Before we went on the trip, you and him had a argument.
Yeah.
Shocker. And he pulls me aside just before we leave. It's like 5 a.m. or something stupid, right? We left super early.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls me aside and he goes, Grace. Because we had that giant picture window, you know,
Mhm.
that was shining right in the living room and you could see whoever was sitting on the couch. He goes, Grace, if you come home and you see me sitting on the couch with a gun, don't come in. I was like, well, that's
What?
terrifying.
This is the first time I've ever heard of
Yeah,
that.
because that's terrifying. He didn't kill us. So, silver lining. Also, side note, Six Flags was named Six Flags because Texas has had Six Flags. Like, like the American
Don't
flag.
try to
and
get
the-
educational on us.
Cool. Sorry.
You have ruined this
Yeah,
storytelling.
I know. I heard it. But Dad told me he was going to kill me after a vacation, so... I mean, he said he might shoot us. I think he was just upset.
About the argument?
I guess. I don't know what you fought about.
I'm sure it was something dumb.
It was
Oh,
probably because everybody was up so early, and we were all in and out of like the bathroom and trying to get ready, and so he couldn't take his morning poops. So he's probably really mad
True.
about his morning
50
poops.
years of pooping on the clock.
Twice. 2 poops a morning.
True story. Okay, I think that's probably a good place. That's, you know what? We're not gonna...
There's no recovery from what I've done. I apologize.
Do you feel remorse?
No, I don't feel anything.
All right.
I have no emotions.